Okay. Right. I'll just bring your guys' audio in as well now. Right. That's all working. Just need to get some bits and bobs. The bobs have been bitted. The bitted, bobbed. I don't know. Right. Hopefully the audio is working well. Hopefully everyone sounds okay. Okay, welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, but we're now back to Animite Tales, the Animite Fables. Again, this is Dev Plays. We're currently doing this for the sake of not only playtesting the game, but we're also trying to, well, just live stream it so that more people can actually not only see the project, but also so that they can actually see how it develops, see it grow. That was a terrible intro. I'm not going to try again. Either way, I'm joined by my 5 lovely players who are going to be playing through this story. Or suffering, one of the two. But without any further ado, shall we go through the names again just so that everyone remembers who you guys are? Or even knows who you guys are?
I don't even know who I am.
Well, we have the lovely Monk, a human fighter, who is played by my brother. Bill, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm here yet again. Got my ass kicked last time.
We have Tak, a tiefling from the ocean, from the beach. He is also a druid of the sea, played by lovely Graham Grimgore.
Oh.
Brah, dude.
Brah.
We have Ether, played by Alex, the elven ranger.
Hello.
We have Dago, the sorcerer, who also just so happens to be a kobold, thank you very much, played by Sam.
Yeah, I'm Dago.
And of course, the Asimar paladin, Kaio, played by Kane.
I indeed exist.
Ah, indeed. So, last time in our amazingly well-devised quest, we seemed to have found ourselves in a spot of trouble, as our new adventuring team have made a pact with each other that they will become great adventurers together as they set on forth with their new placed rings that told them that they must take a goblin's head and bring it back to the guild's tavern. Upon doing so, you brought a torch, or a little brazier with you, from the village, the town of Ulchin. When you left and went into the caves, you had a bit of trouble. Our wacky adventurers had fought 7 goblins, and only just in time, as Monk had been taken down and Kaio had received fair amounts of damage. Thankfully, though, just in a spot of time, Dago and Tak raced in to fight the last remaining 2 and cleaved off one of the goblins' heads, which is good, as Kaio had mulched 4 of them, and the other 2 were almost unrecognisable. However, at the end of our lovely little adventure, Dago found a hole further inside of the cavern. As he went in, he noticed that there was another tribe, a thicker, I would say, meatier lot than the last. A little larger, and also these goblins were larger in numbers, their weapons slightly sharper and shinier. They had noticed him, but they got stuck trying to all get through the entrance at once. Dago was able to get through and back out to his friends to warn them they only have moments left before they arrive.
I mean,
So-
you're forgetting one key thing there. You forgot the bit where I exclaimed,
Me have a plan.
You do have a plan, so if you would like to now come back to that, as Dago is now about to explain his having plan to the rest of them.
Okay. I ask which one of you's had the shield again?
That would be me. Mr. Kyo.
No. Ego just kind of points at you.
Tall man put shield against wall. Lock goblins and we attack through hole.
I
Goblins
mean,
come one at a time.
See?
Why not just seal the hole with your ice powers?
I mean, you don't know he has those.
Yeah,
Nice powers. What?
How you know this?
I want to again. I want to point out, like, you don't know that he has ice powers.
all right.
So-
I don't know that. Okay. I didn't see
Point
him use
ear
it.
devil.
What kind of devilry is this? No. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a perception check to see if there's any actually making it up the hole, because I've currently got holding back the skin over the hole with my hands. So.
Oh yes. From last time, you just tried to seal it back up just by putting your hands on it. Yeah. So you want to have a look in through the dark,
wanna listen.
dank
I
hole.
don't want to bring the thing up. I just want to listen.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Roll perception. Okay. You can hear scrounging and little, like, I guess you could say nods and mentions of voices. One specific one that you do hear over and over again is them sort of nattering at each other, like they sound frustrated.
Guys, I think they're coming up the hole. Kind of need a decision here.
I mean, unless anyone else has any plans, I guess it's the best one we've got, right?
Dago puffs out his chest at this.
Well,
Damn good plan.
I mean, we've got
We could
a
just
head.
run.
We could just leave.
yeah, I think we should just like try and plug up the hole as best we can, slow them down, and then just get out of here.
Well,
not
if
think
we
of this.
run, then we do lose our advantage. As much as I would like to leave and recover from my injuries.
Yeah. If only I could try. I could try at least, holding them back a little bit by throwing a spear down there. Like maybe pegging them on, pegging one of them and forcing dead bodies down the hole.
Oh yes, that would make sense.
Slow them down a little bit. In fact, I shall do that, and then we'll do.
Okay. Is that your plan
we'll
then?
do-
So you're gonna try and take some of these goblins, the corpses, and plug the hole with them.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll throw some of them down.
Roll me strength.
Okay. This was not where I thought it would be. Oh no, I have to go in dice rolls. My bad. No. D20 plus 1. My bad.
Again, for those who don't know, we're currently using a dice roller on our Discord server, so that's why you don't hear the lovely clitter clatters of
Of the ivories.
the ivories,
Of the bones.
of the plastics, or in Bill's case, the metals.
For those who haven't seen it, it is a 17.
Yes, it is a 17. You're able to lift one of the bodies, and yeah, you do bring it over there. Do you open the tarp of animal flesh so that Ether can throw them in attack, or?
Nope. I just just stuff it in. This will act like a seal.
I mean, can I use my powers to try and throw it at this body at bullet speed into the hole?
You can if you wish to do so.
I mean, screw it. I'll try it. I'll try activate my powers before. You know
Right,
what? I just want to see it happen.
Just quickly, bear in mind that.
Yes.
Oh.
And roll me strength.
Okay.
Can I just duck? Because I don't know he has these powers, so I'm literally standing there in front of the hole he's throwing it at.
So, I mean, you can attempt to dodge if you wish.
Are you going to kill me as well, Alex? Remember, we don't know each other.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know you
I
were standing
do
in front
know
of the
that
hole.
this could
I'm
happen.
literally holding it down with all 4 arms.
I can at least try and intervene.
I mean, what way would you like to intervene, Monk, at this point?
I could, like, kick the back of their knee so that they stumble to the ground.
Okay, you can attempt to do so.
Who?
I guess roll finesse.
Ether,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
So that you kind of
Damn
fumble it.
He's killing us all.
I'm so sorry.
And obviously, Tack, if you want to attempt to just dodge anyway, you can roll finesse or acrobatics.
I've seen this one before.
Well, luckily, I do have super deck, so there is that.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
I mean, it's not an advantage because Thingy was rolling strength. Well, Monk, sadly, with a 13 against a 17, you don't succeed. And Tack
Oh,
with a
no.
5, you don't succeed.
The
I'm
As
sorry.
return
Oh,
stat.
no,
Ether, as Ether yeets this goblin body, hitting Tack, roll me damage of a D4 plus a D8 plus. I have to have a look at their weight. 2.
You knocked me out.
PK.
Oh, at least it's not me team killing this time.
Plus so it's D4 plus D8 plus 2.
Never trust a ranger.
Never,
Sorry.
never trust.
Never trust an elf.
Never trust Alex.
Never
This
trust
isn't
an
even
elf.
really one of those
I didn't know you
friendly
were
fire
standing real
powers.
there.
Said
I was just
previously.
gonna-
So what's the 8? Okay, so I now have to have a look at Tack. Tack, you didn't take any damage, but you have now taken 8 points of it.
Yes.
Yikes a doodle. As this goblin carcass launches towards you at breakneck paces, hitting you against the wall, you then hear as the entire corpse just splats like as if it's a paint balloon of blood and viscera. The flesh melded against the rock. It is now a beautiful splat. However, you are hurt, Tack.
I'm so, you have to get out of the way.
Yeah. Oh. Right. Oh. You could warn me next time.
I didn't know you would. Didn't know you would keep standing there. Get out of the way.
Well, you just picked up a corpse. I didn't know you could throw it like a goddamn. I don't know. What was that?
Off in the distance, you can hear.
And they're still coming up here. How about we?
I'm dumb.
How
Why
about
don't follow Dago plan?
How about we just stuff it in something in the hole rather than throw it like a lightning bolt?
Freezing.
Oh, it's not fun.
Okay.
So at the start of this, Kaio, Monk, and Dago, what are your reactions or plans for this?
Did they leave behind spear? You know, like the dead goblins. Didn't they have spears?
Yeah, they had spears and little mini.
I might as
stone
well
axes.
take a spear
Okay.
because, yeah, it seems sensible poking it down the hole.
Okay. So you've got one of their bone and stone spears.
Cool. Yes, I shall wait for the right moment if, yeah, no one's going to do anything.
I mean,
It's gonna
I
block
could-
the hole.
Just kind of looking
If
down
anything.
the hole. Actually, I could use
Thankfully,
instinctive will as well.
Thankfully, you can't look directly down it anyway because Tack is still in front of it holding the tarp. But yes, you can use instinctive will. Roll your 2 rolls. And whilst that's going on, Kaio and Dago, what are your plans?
And the tall one won't listen to me about the shield plan. So just follow the plan of Scarper.
You're standing.
I'm just gonna Scarper. Because Yeah, well, I mean, we done what we needed to do. We got ahead.
So your plan is also to leave.
Yeah, and they didn't. Both of my plans that went followed. The great trap plan, which would have been brilliant, and the big four-armed one became brothers almost doing that.
That is true. You have
And they
bonded
won't follow
over digging.
They won't follow the great plug a hole with a shield plan either. So I'm going to flee as fast as I can. Where Dago is just. Dago, no want dead.
Fair dues. As Dago begins to leave, do any of the rest of you follow him, or do you continue with your plans?
Well, I'm gonna grab the goblin head.
Dago, I think, already picked up.
Did you get
I mean, if
yeah,
they
you got it.
run, what if
What
they
about
chase
the,
us?
I mean, we're fast. We're pretty faster than
Yeah,
them.
but then if they somehow catch up to us, we can't ambush them.
Well, I think ambush is now out of the question.
We're also leaving them
Yes.
to civilians who
Oh.
can't
Uh,
fight.
I mean, look, okay, the sconce that we took, where is that?
One of you three has it. Because you get what you walked in with it.
I think
gave
it's
it to you,
think
so
it's on
technically
Alex's
you have it.
back, Ether's back.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
my.
I
Okay,
gave it
so
to
I
you.
just want to make sure that that was there.
The back of your head is warm, but other than that, yeah. Torchbearer.
Lightbringer.
Well, I guess that I'm going to like.
Are any of the corpses near me? Against the wall?
There's one near against the wall.
Okay, seeing as there's no decision making, I'm just gonna try and pick up one of those and stuff it in the hole.
Roll strength.
Would it be labour?
It could be labour. It can also be advantage if you are specifically using all four of your arms.
I'm not. I'm keeping at least 2 on the thing.
Okay. You're like trying to drag it, but it's just stuck against something.
Is everyone just sort of not doing anything? I've just seen.
Yeah,
I'm
everyone is
definitely-
not seeming to do anything or help you along with this endeavour.
Or is running away.
Dago is at the sort of the entrance, and he's sort of like wanting to run away. I'm assuming that like if no one has a decent argument, he is probably going to leave.
Yeah, because no offense, but they follow no plans and they just seem to be standing around. As much as I want to help them, they have to help themselves. Such is the way of kobolds.
Absolutely.
If only we had some ice powers that could like.
I'm literally holding the thing down, waiting for.
Man, if
someone
only
to
we
start the
had
plan.
something that meta nobody else knows about. Yeah.
Exactly. If only it actually worked any of the times I've tried it so far. That could,
Once,
that
all of
could
the
be a
once
decent argument.
times. All of the once times you've used it.
I'm Joe. Can I retry with my tentacle using my tentacles as well?
Yes. Roll SP, which unless if you're any higher level, it would just be
I am actually.
So it would be +1 this time.
Oh no, sorry. No. I put my druid level up.
Either way, so from the tiefling, you see 2 tentacles emerge from his back.
And I'm just going to start using them to help me with the corpse.
As you drag the corpse over, you place it in front of the hole. However, it is obvious that a single corpse is not big enough to plug the entirety of this hole, as they were supposed to be designed so that at least one of them can walk through at a time.
Well, I guess
You
that
start
I could,
hearing more voices emerging as they're getting louder and louder. Para! Das
I'm
war!
I'm literally just going to be like, right, finished. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, right. I'm gonna try,
And I'm walking.
chucking
I'm
another
walking with the
corpse, into the hole at breakneck speed.
I've
to
moved
try
away.
and try and plug it.
Yeah, before that
Yeah, you
happens,
wouldn't
I'm gonna leave because
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm afraid, Ether, there are no more left that you can actually do so with, as one is burnt to a crisp and half eaten, and the other 4 are completely mulched. The only other body that was left you mulched, and the final body was the one that actually was killed through just, I think, basic. Through your basic arrow damage earlier. So yeah, all of them
If
are.
I was able, would I be able, if I was to like aim at the, inside the tunnel itself, could I collapse it with my powers, perhaps?
That is entirely up to you. Do you believe that that's possible? Are you powerful enough?
I mean, I could certainly try before I leave.
So you want to collapse the cave that you're all standing in, but obviously you want to...
No. The one that,
like, small tunnel.
not the one that we're currently standing in. The one that's,
You definitely don't have the power to do that.
Yeah, with the.
Because you won't be able to get any objects inside of that hole now, not easily. You'd be more than likely just hitting the goblin carcass that's stuffed against the hole.
I mean, if we run away from it and then collapse it behind us, making sure that I'm the one standing behind, I might be able to if I throw a big enough object. Well, not a big enough object, just any object, I guess. I don't know.
What does everyone else think about this?
I just turn into Dago and be like, let's bounce.
All right, fine. Let's.
Bro,
no.
let's like totally scooch it.
Yeah, I'm
Alright,
just getting out
where's
of here too
any-
now.
I mean, to be honest, I don't. Yeah, is there anything hard that I can like when we're going out? I can collapse the tunnel behind me.
Roll investigation, one last check. Everyone else, I assume, is just leaving without trying to get anything else.
Yep, I don't care.
Okay.
I've got the head.
Oh no. Well, bye.
Monk, are you still keeping that goblin spear?
Yeah.
Okay. And Kaio, I assume that you are just going to keep the last water skin because you gave the other one
Yep.
to Monk. Okay. So as you guys head on out, as you leave the cave, you can suddenly hear some mushing and some tearing, as you can hear from just behind you. They've now gotten through the hole. Quite a few different voices as they're starting to echo throughout the caves. You are now on just near where you're on the outskirts of the actual cave itself now. You're outside of it, out in the plains, just in front of the hole that was not nearly dug enough to be a trap. It's more like just like a slight puddle worth of missing ground.
Well,
What you're saying is, though, could make someone easily trip if they're not paying attention.
Not really. Maybe, but they wouldn't fall any further than like half of a foot. As it's again again like it was supposed to be 100 minutes, so and you only took like 10-15 minutes doing it.
And this was considering I'm assuming there's like a layer off. Could I attempt to freeze that layer?
You
I
can
attempt to freeze that
you
just so
can
it's a
attempt
sl-
to, yes.
Essentially, it's a slipping hazard.
Yeah.
So whenever they try and run, okay, I shall attempt to
Yeah,
do that.
we are all behind you with this. You're not doing it in front of us so that we slip, just so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't specify that before he tried it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
he
kidding.
hasn't rolled it yet,
I am
so
kidding.
don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm kidding.
Essentially,
You hit no
essentially, I
one
just
except
kind
from Ether, but
I think at that point I was kind of waiting for as soon as I see they're also running, I kind of stop and wait for them. because I'm
yeah,
the
obviously,
slow-
yeah.
And I need someone to grab onto.
That is true. And
Okay, so
Ether, you said that you're gonna try and throw
Success.
throw something to collapse the cave.
Yeah, but
Did you say?
there's nothing there with me, so I don't really know.
Oh, do you not have any pebbles left?
No pebbles at all. No.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I was looking for an investigation to throw anything.
Another
but no.
success.
Yep.
Yay!
So as all of you guys get out, you then see Dago then just puff up his tiny little cobalt chest and then breathe out what seems to be a condensed beam, a breath of ice as it freezes over a small little shiny sheen-like puddle of pure ice on the failed pit.
Imagine an adorable Godzilla where he's doing his
Oh
nuclear
my gosh,
blast
yeah.
attack.
What was outside the cave again?
Nothing but just pretty much plains. Like, it's almost an entire clear view. There's a few rocks off, like a few 100 meters away, but basically you're about a kilometer or so away from the town.
Is there no trees or...
Not for
Or
a long
bushes.
time, no.
I go say, run!
Let us run.
I'm just gonna pick up Dago and peg it.
Okay.
Yes.
As you all do so, I would like all of you to roll me a move speed.
Did I also roll move speed?
Right.
running
No,
away?
Tack can run for you. Since he's picked you up. Okay.
Okay, well, are you holding me so I'm looking behind at the cave, can I ask?
I've literally got you.
Monk,
I'm
okay.
literally like holding you up.
So all of you are escaping except from Ether. Ether,
Basically my Yoda.
as everyone is like running, nothing is really coming of this until you slightly sort of like realize that you are falling far behind everyone else. Everyone else is completely just like bolting it away. And then you realize just from behind you, you can hear little nipping sounds as you just hear da 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 as this goblin is running behind you, almost keeping up the same pace. As it's just got this what looks to be a perfect axe made out of stone and wood as it tries to go for you.
Does it not trip on the ice? Is there a good chance? Roll dexterity.
I will roll severity.
199. Yo!
No, this one isn't affected.
Aw.
This was to see if the other ones are. Right. So,
Oh.
as this thing goes to try and take a swipe at you, you can attempt to roll a
Joe,
reaction.
do I see this?
No.
I mean, you're like really far.
Alright.
away.
You are the furthest
Yeah,
away.
well.
You do not see anything.
Okay.
You
I
got a
guess I'll,
24.
I mean, yeah, I guess all I could do is really dodge, actually. I mean, other than dodge or, like, try and pick him up and throw him away.
I mean, that's not a reaction, so...
No.
I mean, that's
No.
not a reactive ability that you have.
No, I know, but one of these days I will. Okay, but no, if it would be cool if I did. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Just for the sake of levity, what are you rolling for?
I'm rolling for evasion.
Okay.
Oh God, it's a match.
Which means the attacker goes
Great.
D6.
So I was considering
Have you
it
taken
being
any
held
damage
aloft.
yet,
Do I
though?
see this? Because I'm assuming I'm looking backwards towards the cave entrance.
You probably would see this, but you're not able to react to this.
Not immediately,
Ether,
but-
you've taken an extra 7 points of damage, which puts you on a total collective damage of 11 in total.
Oh no, I'm sure it's not 12. I mean, I got
No, no.
7. Okay.
You had
because I
four.
had
You, had,
19.
you took 4 damage last session.
Did I?
Yep.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
means I had...
you hurt more other people.
Oh right. Oh no, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I was at
Yeah.
15, so I'm actually even less then. Because
Right,
my
so-
health was at 19, so
Yeah, I'm writing the amount of damage you're taking, not
Right,
not
okay.
writing the amount of health that you have.
right. Okay then. So
So don't worry about it. I'm writing health down. Don't worry.
okay then. Cool.
So at the moment you're on a in total in the terms of total damage, you're on 11 out of 19. Kaio, you're on 7 out of 13. Tak, you're on 8 out of 28. Dago, you're on 0 out of 7. And Monk, you're 14 out of 17.
So I have 8 health.
No, you have taken 8 damage out of the 28 damage of your health.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, so as this has happened, you've just seen Ether just get hit in the side by this axe attack. As it cuts into them, you also notice that a few of the goblins are now starting to walk over the ice. As you have seen, so quite a few of them are falling over and slipping. It has slowed most of their movement down, but this one seems to have gotten past it for some reason.
How far away from Ether am I?
Considering the system of your move speed, how much is your move speed?
29.
And how much is yours, Ether?
29.
So yours would be half because obviously you failed your move speed and you got stopped. So it would be basically just under 15. So let's just say around about 12. So you're about 15 meters away from them.
Okay. I'm going to quickly turn around and just say to Dagon, I'll grab the elf, you attack. And I'm just going to get close enough so I can grab Ether with the tentacles, which should still be active.
Yes. As soon as you activate them, they're always there until you state that you put them away.
Yeah. And I'm just going to literally wrap both of them around him and like yeet him towards me.
What is the reach of the tentacles again?
10 meters.
Okay. So yeah, so you're gonna like go towards them and then just grab them from that distance, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for your tentacle manipulation, and then Dago, I assume that you're going to have to roll some kind of distance-based attack. Oh dear.
Oof.
Natural
Okay.
1.
See, I mean, breath weapon could still work here. Come on, miniature Godzilla.
1 point
Deal.
away. No, as the both of you just as you like sort of breathe in and then just the tentacles go towards, they slightly are ever so slightly out of reach. As you realise you're standing a couple of meters just away. As you were too busy worried about asking Dago and using your tentacles at the same time, you were unable to completely utilize both. Yeah, hesitation means defeat. So because of this, the goblin is now staring at the two of you, as it has put its axe into Ether. However, whilst this is going on, Kyle and Monk, you are still running far ahead of everyone else in the group. As you are continuing to do so, the willpower investigation thing that you got, by the way, a while back, actually told you how many there were. There were about 14 of them. So that's how. That is a lot. Yeah, that is staggering numbers. You also sense that most of them were a little bit bulkier than the others, so they would have a little bit more strength. Not much more dexterity though, but you're not too sure about the amount of health they would have. However, as you are continuing to run, we now come to Ether. Ether, you've just been hit by this axe into your side.
Is it still stuck in me?
Not really. No.
Dang. Well, honestly, I will since it's not a reactive action, I wouldn't mind trying to pick up this, just pick up this little mite
Right.
and throw him away.
Roll grapple, although this thing will be allowed to attack you if it succeeds.
Oh God. Well, okay.
Yep.
Of course.
That's a natural one. As you attempt to sort of grapple it, the way that I imagine it is that you just sort of like go with both of your hands. As you go to sort of swipe down at it to try and grab it, it sort of leans back and then goes down with its axe as it brings all of its upper body weight and its entire arm down onto the side of your shoulder. As it does so, it deals 6 points of damage.
So I'm like
Putting
down
you up to 17 amount of damage. you only have 2 HP points left. As this
Oh,
thing
great.
hits you into the
Awesome.
shoulder, there is a lot of pain, and it has cut into your elven gear quite a bit. As it does so, it is now this thing's turn, and you will get a chance to roll reaction as this thing tries to go again with another swipe with its axe. This
Okay,
time
I'm
I only
hit.
got a 3.
Hello, natural 1, baby!
So what are you trying to roll?
I'm trying to roll evasion so I don't take more damage and run away from this thing.
So long, Aether.
Okay, there we
With
go.
an 11, that gets you away, but sadly, since you don't have anything left of any of your projectile stuff, you are unable to roll for a reaction. However, you do clear your entire move speed distance away from it, so you can now be up to 20... You say 27 or 29 meters?
Yeah, 29 meters.
Yeah, so you can now be up to 29 meters away from this thing.
Right, I'm getting out of here.
Okay, so you're just now running off.
I'm just running ensconced on me. I'm
Okay.
getting out of this situation. That's just, questioning my life choices.
Dago and Tack, it is now your turn. You have now seen the elf suddenly just bolt it away, off through the same direction as you guys are going, back towards the town.
Yeah, I'm just following.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you,
I'm essentially just going to try, as he runs away, I'm just going to try one last attempt just to freeze it in its just a breath attack.
okay.
Because while he's running, I could try it nonetheless.
Yeah, yeah.
Kill.
Nope. Roll move speed, and I
Oh,
shall
yeah.
also roll move speed on this dude.
You just kind of sneeze on him a bit,
Yeah.
which is like very cold sneeze.
Yeah, Tack, roll move speed. As this thing attempts to basically catch up with you, your speed is unmatched when it comes to outrunning goblins, as you are running off into the distance. As you all eventually do get about 500 meters away from the location, you see small little sconces of themselves holding as they're sort of like moving around, but pretty much they're not going out any further at this point.
They've stopped the chase.
They've stopped the chase after the first 100 meters, but you don't look back until about 100 meters.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, once you get about 500 meters, it becomes very apparent they've gone. You still have another 500 meters or so before you can get back to the town. Do you continue going back?
I am.
Yeah, we'll just. Yeah, I'm just gonna follow the others.
There's
just
nowhere else
gonna
for us to
heal
go
up.
right now.
Okay. As you all head off back to town, beaten and battered. What's your first thing that you're going to do? What's your first priorities?
Well, as we go past the place, I take the sconce off of ether and put it back in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you where do you head off next?
Shouldn't we go and claim our reward?
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to find a well first. Find some water.
Okay. You're going to go and try and find a well. I guess roll investigation, and are the rest of you just gonna?
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
On the way, I'm just going to try and pick up as many pebbles as I can.
Okay. Investigation for all three of you. Dago and Monk, are you just gonna go off and get the reward together, or?
Well, I am.
I still got the head, so I'll probably.
Nothing.
Okay. Dago and Monk, you go off on your own together. Kaio, you have no idea. You have no idea what you're looking for. You have no idea where you're going. In fact, as soon as you split up from the group, even though that you're with Ether and Tack, you completely lose track of everything for a second. and it
Still
almost
carry.
it almost feels like as if like you're all alone. Tack, Dago gets off of your shoulder and heads off with Monk, but whilst you're watching Kaio, you then see that he's standing right next to the well, but he doesn't know it because he doesn't know what a well would look like in his country compared to in this country. Ether,
Okay.
you find sadly no pebbles.
Man, it's such a clean town.
No pebbles in my town unless if I say so.
I'm gonna walk up to the well and bring up some water.
Okay. Whilst you guys are doing that, Dago and Monk, you head back into the Adventurer Guild Tavern of Ulchin. As you do so, your rings start to glow when you get to the front desk.
Oh.
There is a bell on the desk. It is obviously something that you must ring before anyone comes to you.
I attempt to acrobatically leap up and smash it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yay.
say I could ring it, but it'll probably look cuter if Dago does it. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Dago, roll finesse or acrobatics.
I mean, I have finesse for days, but I'm really hoping I fail just because of the Three Stooges-esque routine that would follow.
Okay.
Fuck, damn, a 21.
So as you is this finesse or is this acrobatics? Just real quick.
This is finesse.
As you sort of like clamber up, and swing off her very quickly, from Monk to the desk, and then just like sort of like you're sat there leaning on the desk, and then just hit like, just basically just sort of like karate chop the bell as it rings. A guy just like walks up. He looks really tired. Just bags under his eyes, and he's holding like a pillow under his arm. I was just about to go to sleep. Would you?
Oh, guild lady, we have goblin head
And spear.
and spear.
Let me see you. Let me see your rings. Do you show them your rings?
Yeah.
When you show them, she then utters a single word. It then shows a hologram, and the hologram of this weird magical thing. She then just says, "You said you had a head."
I mean, it's probably just sitting in my lap at this point, but I suppose I'll take just because I'm sitting down on the table. It's kind of like lift it up and just kind of like,
Are you covered in blood?
yes,
by any
Dago have
chance?
head.
Oh,
Just
Dago's
kinda
definitely
bad-
covered in blood, especially because he's the one who cut this thing's head off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll get that off to the contractor. Mission complete, I guess. Takes the head from you, stashes it under the desk, procures a little bag. There's 10 silver pieces, as we agreed.
Well, I could also give you important information for some extra money.
We don't do that here. Information brokers are only for contracts, not for just information.
Well, I just thought it might be useful to know for the next job.
I mean, unless if you've got a contract that you want to pay for and set up yourself, there's really no point in us having any information unless if it's actually worth it. And we'd have to judge that before we have to come up with a price. If that's all, I guess it's time for me to get some sleep. He then walks off, cuddling the pillow, as they just go, time
was
for
just-
night-night.
Dago's just kind of taking the money out and gently biting into it, just checking that it is. Even though he doesn't know what silver is meant to do when you bite into it, he nonetheless does it.
It's definitely silver,
Green
alright.
coin.
There are 10 silver pieces. 10 silver coins.
Disappointment, it's not chocolate.
So,
Disappointing, it's not gold.
I mean, it's okay, I guess.
So, Monk, what's your next plan? Now that you've got the bag of money.
I guess we should go and find the rest of the group. But wait, what's like? Obviously, it's night time, but sort of. Do you have any idea of how late it is?
Relatively, it's about 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Right. Shall I head back to the others then? There you go.
Dago think so. Dago want to buy a ball.
Okay.
Dago money.
Right. Well, I don't really know what this much money can get you around here.
Oh. He's asking more how much is it for his?
This is a good question.
Hmm.
We should probably just share it out equally to avoid any arguments.
Yes.
As we then come back to the other team, we then have it that basically, Tack, you've brought up the pail of water from the well.
Yeah, and I literally just poured it all over myself.
Fair enough.
And I'm lowering the bucket to do it again.
Roll me a perception, Kaio, at this point. Yeah, you do hear him, like, splashing around, and you're like, what is this noise? It sounds like water. And then you literally look next to you, and he's just, like, pouring water over his head from what seems to be a well.
May I have the next bucket, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bring up the bucket.
As he brings up the bucket, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and bless this water.
I'm afraid, isn't that... Yeah, that's a new skill. You can only use it once a day. No, once per short rest.
Then I will do the same. I'll pour water on myself.
Okay.
Get the feeling of home.
As you cover yourself in water, you feel closer to home, more familiar with your current situation and surroundings. As you're doing so, the water flows coolly across your skin, throughout your hair, and also it feels like not only home, but it also feels like there is a level of what has happened today and danger that has come about, but no matter what, it's going to be okay. That security that you feel as the water washes over you.
Gonna put the bucket down. I'm gonna leave and find somewhere where there aren't other people around and just rest for a bit.
Before you do so, Ether, Monk, and Dago, you all meet up. As you see Ether just scrounging around the floor looking for what you would assume is either coin or pebbles. You're not too sure.
I attempt to help look for coins on the ground.
Before you do so, Monk, do you say anything to Ether?
Yeah.
What
So, you feeling good about all the stuff you threw at us today?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Top of mind to take away your money for medical bills.
Oh. I mean, you can if you want. I mean, I am sorry. I thought you would have known that, you know, my powers were going to get activated.
I don't just look at people and know their powers.
Okay, it's just, well, I am an elf, you know. You know what? Never mind. I'm
Roll world knowledge, monk.
Elves well known for the throwing
Yeah,
capabilities.
Yeah, like
doesn't sound right.
That's why they're all in the baseball tournaments.
I mean, you just
I
take
don't
that on,
think-
you just take that on the chin. But hell, you could even use this as an excuse. You don't know anything or enough about elves, let alone their magical abilities, to know if this is a common ability or not.
Yeah.
I've just poured another pail of water over me, and sort of shook off like a dog. Tentacles are away, by the way. They went as we entered civilization again.
Okay.
And I'm just like, yeah, maybe we should like go get some food and actually talk about what we can do. Like, I can heal a bit, and I've got, as you saw, I've got 4 arms and tentacles. Maybe we can actually talk about what we can do. And,
Well, we need somewhere to stay for the night, right?
well, I'll sleep anywhere.
Kaio, at this point, you are within earshot of them because you have yet to go off on your own.
Yeah.
So you do hear this conversation.
With an 11, do I find anything on the ground?
You do indeed. I will now roll a d4.
These be gold.
You find a piece of copper.
2 copper pieces?
No,
one piece
just
of copper?
one piece of copper.
Fine.
That's yours then.
Diego immediately just puts it in his pocket. Like, in the inner side, like, pretty much puts it inside of his jacket.
Okay.
His furs. To keep for later.
I'm going to say, since no one is paying attention to you, nobody knows that you now have 1 copper coin.
And he's not paying attention to them either.
No. You know that they're still there, but you don't know what they're really doing. As this goes on, so your idea is basically just to go off and rest somewhere. Does anyone have anything to say against or for this?
Oh, I'm well up for finding a place to have some food and
Yeah. I
talk.
would like to apologise to Tak as well for throwing a corpse at him.
So, as you guys go off, I'm assuming all of you go together, unless I'm contested on that. You do actually find another tavern, like a proper inn, as it's known as the Sleeping Grizzly. When you go in, there is a barmaid there who has sort of long blonde hair. She's wearing what seems to be sort of, weirdly enough, white and black, like a white dress but with black sleeves. She's shining one of the tankards, and she barely even notices you. However, there are a few other people here, despite the fact that it is a late night on a Thursday. And before anyone asks, yes, they do have 7 days of week, and they're all the same normal days in, Earth days. Just because pain. Look, I've already made a lot of other stuff up in this entire canon, on top of the original other canons that I've had to re-canonize. I don't want to have to make up a whole new calendar.
Sure, it's not John Dannerstag.
Anyway, so on this Thursday night at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. of some persuasion, maybe give or take another 30 minutes or so. Either way, you guys have seen quite a few people here. More gruff people, but a couple of soldiers, a couple of guards, a hooded figure or two. Just people who are just doing whatever. But it's very quiet, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of them. Despite that this inn is fairly large, it's probably one of the largest buildings in the town. It, as a matter of fact, has only 10 people being served here so far.
I just walk straight in and sit down at a table.
Very well.
Me being incredibly bloodied, I just follow, not even really paying attention to the fact that I am incredibly bloodied. This is normal.
I imagine a small bipedal lizard as a silhouette of red and just two eyes, like as if they were a bipedal lizard Jawa, but instead of darkness and a robe, it's just viscera and blood.
I mean, he is wearing a hood that pretty much tries to cover the most of his snout.
Yeah.
So this looks like he's just a very small person who's just been through like a blood explosion.
Do the rest of you sit down at this table then?
Yeah, actually, no, I don't really have the money hasn't been shared out yet, so
No.
I guess we'll sit there. Yeah, I couldn't even buy y'all a drink if I could.
I
So there we
mean,
go.
we're about to sit down.
So let's sit down. Yeah.
Okay. As I assume all of you sit down, the barmaid eventually comes over and goes, "What can I get you this fine day?"
Are there any rooms free?
As a matter of fact, there is. We always have a few rooms, but today's a pretty slow day. Despite the fact that all of you adventurers have been coming on in, most of you have already taken off. We have a few times that we get quite full, but this just happens to be your lucky week. Or even perhaps unlucky. I mean, never mind. How can I help you, anyway?
How much would a room for, well, rooms for us cost?
Well, if you want 5 separate rooms for each and every one of you, that would be about a silver piece each. Provided you're leaving by around about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I look at Dago and go, I'll punk up with you, bro. Although, have a dip in the well first.
I Dago need well.
I'll show you in a bit, man. Bro.
Also, a couple of you are covered in blood and viscera. We usually have a no tolerance policy, but you obviously have baths in the rooms, so yeah.
Oh! Dago, I'm covered in blood.
Not seen much of your kind around here, stranger. Kobolds ain't much of town folk. You've come here.
Dago make many times.
So your name is Dago, huh? Well, nice to meet you. All of you. Although I have to admit, I see quite a few of your own kind going around here. But I've never seen a kobold in quite a couple of years, actually. Most of them are just trying to run away scared.
There are many kobolds.
I assume so. I've heard the legends. Anyway, I take it that'll be 5 rooms, or did some of you want to bunk with each other?
Well,
No needing no room.
I don't need my own room. It's just going to cost more money than we need for food.
I don't mind bunking up with people.
I'll bunk with anyone but you.
Oh.
You might throw some night terrors and end up killing me in the night.
That's not fair. That's never happened before.
Disrupting my meditation with your pebbles.
I have no pebbles as it happens. Thank you very much.
What about you, Paladin? You're the only one who hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm just gonna turn to her and say, Yeah, I'll bunk up with the little guy over here. And I point to Dagon.
Okay. So that's one room for the two of you, and then that just leaves you three.
Well, any preference or?
Preference? Well, I prefer all of you to get, well, at least cleaned before you try and have anything to eat or drink. Besides, you are kind of covering our tables and chairs with all of the adventure. So perhaps you could, take a gander on at one of your rooms first. I would also prefer that you hurry this up, because we do have a few people here, and I don't exactly want to be talking to you all night if you're just going to ask me questions about who prefers what and where.
I shall bunk alone if it pleases you.
Hey, I don't mind. I'm just trying to get your orders so I know exactly what kind of rooms you guys are taking.
Well, I'll share. Like I said, I'll share a room with the little guy over there, and some food. There you go. There's my order.
Right, so I'm guessing in that case that's then 4 rooms. Very well. She then walks over, gets 4 keys, and gives each and every one of you a key, except from Dago, as she then says, well, since you two are bunking with each other, you'll have to share the key between you, but the key, your doors are 7, 25, 15, and 8.
Does it say on the key which one's which?
Yeah.
Does Tall Bar Lady know where they go get shovel?
Shovel?
Yes, they go want purchase.
Well, if you go to the general store in the morning, you might be able to buy one.
Dago nods.
Right, all of you go get cleaned up, and I'll be waiting for you guys to actually tell me the story of exactly how the hell you got that mess on you. As you all go off and go to your separate
I don't,
rooms.
because I'm already clean, because I was washing
You
myself.
are indeed
Yeah, we
clean.
we both already dunked water on ourselves.
Monk,
so
you're
we're
just
good.
mostly dirty. You aren't covered in blood and viscera, other than a little bit of your own blood from
Yep.
your head wound. But other than that, you're just dirty because you just kept on landing on the dirt a lot. Because you went prone 3 times.
I bloody tack as soon as I move to grab onto him again, as we had done before.
I've not moved. I've
So his
just,
back is incredibly bloody now again.
So either way, I'm just going to say all of you, I assume, get cleaned up. If you are not clean, if you are clean, it matters not. But as you come back one after the other, still in your old clothes, either they are slightly wet because you had to douse them or sponge them, or even just because that you might have accidentally got them a little wet whilst you were trying to dry off at any point. You come back nevertheless. Do you bring your weapons with you when you come back into the actual tavern's bar?
I don't. I think I'll leave my my bow and arrow upstairs.
Okay.
In my room.
No.
You don't bring your weapons. Kaio? Weapons are my religion.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my weapons.
I took room 8, by the way. That's...
Okay.
Yeah.
And, Dago, did you take your weapons with you, or did you leave them in your room?
My weapon is a leaf. I will be bringing it with me.
Okay. I'm not asking because of visual, although technically all of your weapons that are weapons are visually weapons, but obviously yours is a leaf. But I was more asking just for the sake of,
You think I trust leaving a magical item in this place?
Fair enough. And
With these tall ones?
Tack, do you at least go back to your room to put your surfboard back?
nope. Board doesn't leave my side.
Okay. So as you guys all
Dude, board is life.
Born is love. Born is life, my dude. As you all sit back down, she then brings over drinks to a few of other people, and then she comes back over to you guys. So what'll it be after you just now spent 4 gold? No, sorry, 4 silver.
Well, if we...
Then in that case, that must mean that you guys are hungry. Can I get you anything to eat? Maybe drink?
I'll get some of that sweet water and whatever food you got.
Well, we have a few different things. For instance, Hunters Guild usually has a specific uptake of decent meats. They bring back things, and we usually cook them for a decent price, of course. Obviously, I'm assuming that you guys didn't bring back your own meat, but we've got a few steaks we could probably cook up.
We could share a wild boar or something.
Ah, adventurous. That will have to be about 5 silver coins, though.
That's a waste of our money.
Ego not giving money to for boar.
Oh yeah, guys, how are we paying for this? Don't
Oh,
we have to use
for
that coin? She keeps saying silver. Didn't we get some?
I want to point out that, like, Monk, you currently still have the bag of silver. You've obviously given her the coins.
I'm not hiding. I've been openly.
Yeah.
And
Even funnier. Dude, I, like, totally didn't see what's going on, and then he just pulls out this bag of silver. Whoa, it's a magical bag.
I thought he was just paying for it all. I thought he was just being nice.
Mm. So, you said half a boar, right?
no, Dago not want to spend money on boar. You don't want money to buy shovel.
You would shovel to eat.
Dago, you shovel to a trap.
I didn't know. Was it kobolds ate metal?
Oh, Dago, you shovel for trap, not eat.
I'll give you a few more minutes as she just, like, slowly walks away.
I do think we need to conserve some money. We may need more equipment for further adventure.
Yes, Tolliard one right.
As you're all standing there or sitting there, I'm gonna ask all of you to roll me a perception check.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Cobalt eyes.
Good
A
bad.
7.
I'll choose my willpower.
I'm gonna say no, only just for the sake of, it's just like passive at this point, perception. None of you, other than Tack, are noticing anything. Tack, you can hear some people just like sort of talking and murmuring, and you just hear one of them just say something about cobalt, and another one say tiefling. It's from what you assume is a table behind you.
I'm just going to turn around and look and see who it is. Not subtle at all.
There are two guards just sat there with what look to be large tankards made out of metal. Just sat there. They're in basic plate armor, but they've only got plate helmets and plate armor on their chest. They also have pauldrons, but other than that, nothing on their legs or the rest of their arms. They do have spears with them, so that's something.
I smile and wave.
They both like stare at you as their expressions turn from looking at you with intensity to suddenly staring with almost like aggressive intensity, like, what are they up to?
I'm just still going to be smiling away. I'm just going to. I'll give him like yeah. I'll just turn back, wave to them, and turn back
Okay.
to the table.
As that goes on, we now come to the point that again, you guys have been sat there for a few minutes now, and
I'll say cheap food.
yes, the question still lies: will you buy food or won't you?
It's all I've been wanting since we got here.
If we don't eat anything, we're gonna be too weak to fight.
But is there?
But not boar. Cheap food.
The boar was like, was it 5? There's 5 of us. It's 1 each.
We could, yeah. I don't mind how we.
Then
Can't
you
I
have
do that?
1 silver left.
We'll have to take up another job if we were to buy anything else.
You go want last.
I mean,
last
we could
silver.
tell them about the rest. We could tell them a bit about the rest of the goblins, and maybe this time, actually, now that we know they're there, we could go back and try and sort that out. I mean, we did quite well with the first lot. It was just the second lot, and
I don't know.
if we
about
actually
that.
know what each other can do, we won't be throwing bodies at each other.
I'm sorry, friends, but did I hear you say something about being low on money? And I could have swore I heard someone say something about being an adventurer. As any of you who actually bother to care to look over at this voice, you see what seems to be an elf with sort of like a very sort of slick back brown hair, sort of a very thin mustache. He has like sort of like a tie and a suit, but it's all very thin and sort of woven very close to him, very tight fit. It's sort of more like a vest top rather than an actual like whole blazer over him. So he's actually got like the little vest jacket thing. As he's just leaning over you guys, as he's sort of about 6 foot tall, and he's leaning over you. I couldn't quite hear you correctly, but surely I must not have been misunderstanding. After all, these ears, you see, at least pick up some form of audio capability, if you catch my drift.
He talks in riddles.
My point is,
Improbable.
you were all talking ever so very loudly in the middle of this lovely establishment that I couldn't quite but help that you all are adventurers. Now, please don't tell me that I'm mistaken now, am I?
Are you going to pay for our meal? Or...
Well, good lordy, I perhaps could. Of course, in exchange you'd help me with a little bit of a problem that I've got going on.
What may that be?
You see, I've got something very special that I want taken care of. But I can't exactly do that now, because I'm not an adventurer, but you, of course, are. You get me?
Well,
Yes,
we are
what is it?
adventurers, so
Well,
yeah. I mean, do we have to do the whole ring thing again?
I mean, I don't really want to bother the guild with this nonsense. So no, you'll come directly to me. But you'll get your money. And of course, what's more annoying than being an adventurer if you can't even eat to survive? I mean, really, is there nothing more upsetting?
well, what is it that you want, though?
Always with the questions. So many people very inquisitive. I like that. You see, I am trying to look for a particular set of individuals who could help me with a small favor. I need something procured for me.
Oh, one wants something stolen?
No, 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 no. Now. Whoever said the S word? No, I don't want something stolen. I want something brought to me. Like you're all my personal delivery people. But it's more dangerous, and most people wouldn't want to. But of course, if you do, I could afford handsomely to pay all of you once I have the item in question.
How much?
I turn to the other and go, does this guy want a goblin head too?
Maybe.
Here.
Not think of this.
Oh, bye, wench. Please feed all of my lovely new compatriots here. I'll get them the boar, and a glass of ale for all of them. First of all, call me a wench again and I'll kick your ass. Second, sure. But that'll be around about 15. Oh, of course. See? He then takes out a small bag, a small little pouch, and procures a bundle of silver coins and places them on the table. Well, on the desk at the bar.
That's where the bag was on him.
He then places it on the inside of his little vest coat.
Bastard.
Now, I will, as I said, done something for you. Perhaps you can do something for me.
Again, we have to ask you what is it exactly that we have to do.
He then slides over halfway through your sentence, grabs you tight and squeezes him next to you. I'm so glad you asked. So, here's the deal. I need you to get something. It's a rolled up simple piece of paper to most, but it has something very important for me. You get a hold of it, and I will give you 3 times the payment that I just now gave that small, simple bar wench. You notice that he dips in volume when he says bar wench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That small and
Wise
simple
decision.
bar wench.
Okay, so that's like 3 times. So that's like got the 5 silver then. So did he say the 5 times?
He said 3 times the original
3
amount that he
times.
just paid, so 15 silver. So in other words, basically 45 silver.
That sounds nice. That sounds very nice.
So, could you perhaps tell us what it is, rather than telling us the payment that you're going to give us?
Simply put, it is a piece of paper with a special magical inclination. I would prefer if you did not open it. It would potentially ruin the possibility of it being useful. Don't want it damaged neither, so if you could keep it as safe as possible. However, if it is unusable upon the arrival, I'm afraid you don't get no money, no cut. I'm afraid that's it. Simple as that.
I suppose as long as it's not going to help you resurrect some ancient evil or anything.
A silence brews across the entire table. Boy, this boy, he really is a monk from the ancient Children of Havoc, ain't he? No sense of humor whatsoever, and oddly specific. No, it's nothing like that. It has magic, but it's not something that weird. Besides, that's not exactly going to be helpful for my business now. Now, if you can...
Piece of paper.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, there's a museum that's trying to come on by here, and they want this piece of paper. If it would just so happen to be attacked, that would be awful. But, of course, if they lost that piece of paper, wouldn't be stealing now if it never got anywhere. You catch my drift?
Dago understand. We want Dago rob museum.
No. No robbing the museum.
Dago procure museum.
Again, not the brightest sparks here. Okay. He then, goes over to Kaio. Since you're a paladin, you probably understand how these things work. Simply put, it's not technically stealing if no one currently owns it. Wait until a certain accident happens, and take the item. You do that, You and your pals get the entire dosh. No questions asked, no further payments needed, and, of course, I will be in your debt for another later favor to be returned. I am quite a generous man, and with that item, I could potentially strike a couple of deals that could make me very wealthy and very useful to you later on. What do you say, kind paladin?
We'll see how things go. I mean, if we just so happen to acquire it, then yeah, sure. But no promises.
Very well, then here it is. At exactly 12 tomorrow, highest of noon, I am led to believe that there is a bandit camp not too far from where the actual escort team are going. Now, more than likely they'll attack them. That is when you will spring your jump. As soon as they destroy that caravan, you will take the rest of the bandits down and procure the piece of paper. It's in a small box made of perfect mahogany. It has special writings and incantations on it to defend against any particular creatures. But humans, elves, and of course, orcs are not affected by this kind of magic. However, I'm afraid tieflings, fiends, genasi, heck, even Asimar cannot touch this box. So that is why I need you to procure it for me, Monsieur Monk.
Hang on. You're an elf.
Yes.
You can touch it.
Yes.
I'm a tiefling, so I can't touch it.
Your point.
To get it? Okay.
Well,
Touch it.
we can only only some of us can touch it, so you know.
But there's 6 of you. Well, 7. There is confusion as there is only 5 of you. Does
Yes.
anyone bring this up?
Nope.
Yeah.
They go on bad at
I'm
math.
counting on my hands.
Okay. Hold
Just
on.
looks around the table.
All of you roll intelligence, actually. Everyone, yep, that's fine. That's some modified math.
What's he count?
Number
Try
4.
some intelligence. Let me try some intelligence right here. Let me get this.
4,
Oh,
4,
I'm
6,
smart.
7, 8. None of you get above 10. Monk is the only one who has a chance. Monk is the only one.
My minus
7
2.
is a good number. 7 and number.
0. 2 with a minus 2. Jeez. None of everyone.
We're not
Every
an
single.
intelligent group.
None of you figure it out. So here's the deal. You do that at exactly 12 tomorrow. He then pulls out a little map. Here it is, the location, just outside of the town. About 500 meters. Not too far, not too close. The bandit camp usually travels around, but they've been planning this heist for quite some time. You all ready and set?
Do we have to go now?
What? I mean,
No, it's tomorrow.
I mean, for crying out loud, it's not even 11 at night. You guys have to get your beauty sleep. And do not worry about me. I will be in a particular location. Once you have gotten the item, I will come find you once you're back in town. Capiche?
Right. We just nod and.
Smile and nod.
Fantastic. I'll see all of you at tomorrow. Hopefully at around about 1 o'clock. Don't be late now. It's awfully rude. He then walks away and
I'm
leaves
going
the
to.
bar.
Can I stealthily follow him? Because no offense, I could just rob from him, which would be much easier.
That is a
than do-
horrible idea.
Yeah.
Okay, roll
I mean,
stealth.
we can't stop you, but. You can
I mean, no
see-
offense. He's asking us to steal a piece of paper, and he's obviously a devil of some sort.
An elf. You just slightly move and you just immediately fumble off of the table. Everyone looks at you, including this guy, and just goes, "Careful now, chum. You don't want to hurt yourself."
Me, I'm invisible.
I pick him up and put him back on the chair.
As the elf has now left the building. Toodaloo, my friend.
The elf has left the building.
Clump.
Well, Ego not want to do that.
As beer and food is eventually brought to your table, as you can all commence eating
Yes.
or not.
Oh, I dig straight in.
I'll
toast?
eat the food, but I won't touch the drink.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I will toast. You know, I will join in a toast with Monk.
As Monk raises up his tankard, what do you say, Monk?
It's been a short day.
It's been harrowing.
Cheers to surviving our first mission, I guess.
And to many more.
As Kaio, do you join in even if you don't drink?
Nah, I'm just gonna continue eating.
Fair enough.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! As all of you,
I'm just gonna.
as all of you commence
I'm
eating
literally
and
just gonna
drinking.
be like stuffing my face and be like,
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm following Tack's advice and just pretty much like hands deep, claw marks everywhere, just into the food.
As all of you dig into your food in any which way of which you're doing it, either rabid animal, anime protag, or just human, or carefully picking apart bit by bit, however you want to do it. Even Viking, I assume someone's eating like a Viking. But as you guys are eating, and you finish your food, the barmaid just basically takes it back. She then notices that you haven't drunk your drink, Kaio, and she goes, "Oh, was that not to your liking?"
Oh no, not at all. I just don't drink. I just don't drink those kinds of drinks. No offense.
Oh, I forgot. You clergymen and you paladins don't partake of certain forms of things, right? Well, in that case, why don't I get you something else? Milk? Water?
Some water will do fine, thank you.
Very well. I'll take it off your tab as well. She then grabs the mug and takes it back.
I was about to steal it.
I mean, you can take it if you want. If you want to just go, nope.
Nah.
Can we roll to see who gets it first?
You can
No,
both throw.
I-
You can both throw charisma to see if you can shout out before. Before that, I'm gonna say if you get under a 10, you get tongue tied and you don't say anything. If you get above 10, that's when you shout out. Whoever gets the highest roll.
5.
5,
I'm
you get
not
tongue
gonna
tied. Oh, you don't
No.
know. You just go swallow,
Drink.
and the drink is already gone.
Yeah. I was just gonna be like, no, not really try.
As that happens, do any of you have anything more to say to your new teammates and potentially heist crewmates?
I'm gonna be sitting there calmly, rubbing the beads around my neck.
Me, I'm thinking.
Did you want to use your ability?
Yes.
Okay, roll Apostle, and whilst that's going on, there you go.
Me, I'm thinking. Do guards pay money for information?
I wouldn't know. What is the information?
Ego and crew asked Rob Museum.
That's not technically robbing.
Close work.
I mean, also, you realize there is another way to do this without robbing them, right?
Well, what's that then?
Well, as he said, the bandits are going to attack them. If we save them before the bandits cause any trouble, they might reward us.
With the parchment?
Well, if we ask for it, we might get it.
That is true.
Or, while the chaos is happening and we defend them, a certain someone takes it, and then we
Ego
protect
not
them
like
and
this.
we get it.
Me steal, not steal from museum.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
either
fine
way,
stealing.
I don't like the idea of putting ordinary lives at risk just to get
That is
something.
true. That is true. And
Are
well,
we?
would Dago be able to touch the box if that was even the case? He had to take it.
I'm just confused. Like, I thought the whole adventuring thing we had to get like the ring and the stamp and like
This is
I
an
don't really know what's going on.
unofficial mission. This
You could.
is, outside.
Could just do guild job. Ignore.
Suppose so, yeah. That is quite a lot of money.
I mean, like I said, I just want to explore. But if we are gonna do something like this again, I really think we need to talk about ourselves and have a chat.
I agree. I assumed that you would know about, my capabilities, but I was mistaken, and for that I am very sorry. So
I slap Ether on the back and go, "Bro, don't worry about it. Like, it washed off."
Jack, I shall do better.
As this is going on, Monk, you said that you were rubbing your beads around your neck. When you rolled Kovar, does that activate your thing's ability?
I think so, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't know, if it doesn't have it written down, it's more than likely just 10 or above.
Yeah, because it's like the most basic ability.
Yeah. One. So on Thingy's neck, if any of you were paying attention, if not, I guess he might say something at some point. Monk, on 2 of your beads of your onyx rosary bead necklace, 2 of them glow. One glows a bluish colour, and another glows a purplish colour. One is flickering in and out, very faded. The other one, the blue one, is very bright, and it's not flickering at all. It's radiant.
Well, I have a pretty obvious guess as to the blue one, but the fact that something's going purple, I must follow it. I suddenly stand up at the table.
As you do so, where do you go? Do you follow it?
Yes.
You notice that Monk just suddenly stands up all of a sudden, and he starts looking at his necklace and starting moving around in weird directions. It starts glowing more profusely, flickering with less and less time in between the intervals, until eventually it glows properly, and you're standing in front of a person at a table.
Hello there.
As you look at this guy, he is... What is the best way to put this? He is very obviously part orc. He's half orc, and he's just sort of sat there, just eating a massive leg of something. You're not quite sure what. He has light strap, kind of like armor. It's not like the guard armor, and it's definitely... He doesn't seem to have a ring like the Adventurers Guild. And he's just chomping away into this huge leg. Yeah, just put it down there. Just put the extra beer just there.
You seem like an interesting character.
And who are you? You're not the barmaid.
Well, I'm glad you noticed. May I take a seat?
What do you want?
Well, I'm new to town, and I was wondering, well, I'm just trying to meet the locals and see what's going on.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Oh, yes. My
Diplomacy. Okay. Come take a seat. Yeah. So what do you want to know?
Well, firstly, how long have you been around here?
I'm part of the Hunters Guild. See this whole thing? Killed it myself.
Do you supply the wild boar here, then?
I mean, sure, but this ain't wild boar.
Is that some kind of delicacy around these parts?
What? Oh, this? Nah. It's something I caught yesterday. I think it was called, what do they call it? They call it something weird. Something strange. Oh yeah, a bloat toad. Roll
Some kind
world knowledge.
Toad. Some kind of toad, you say?
Roll world knowledge. You're not too sure what it is, but you heard toad, and it's like, this is some kind of toad.
It's a big toad.
It's a big toad. It's the size of a boar, if not a little bit bigger than the boar that you guys all ate together. So, yeah, I'm a member of the Hunters Guild. That's about all that there is to it. Name's Gringar. What's your name?
Just call me Monk. Monk the Monk.
Huh, that's funny. Well, Monk, if you're looking at anything, I'm probably not the best person to talk to, but there's the Hunters, if you're interested in hunting. There's the Adventurers Guild, and then there's, well, I guess you could go for the crime, or hell, you can even be a bounty hunter. Although some of the adventurers get to do that as well. So what is it that you're looking for? You said that you were trying to get to know the locals.
Well, yeah, I'm not really too aware of the culture around here, and offending people might get me and my group into a lot of trouble.
You don't say.
So, yeah, I don't think we're really supposed to tell anyone, but did you see that guy who, well, the elf with a lot of money?
Oh, who, Belthor? Yeah. He owns a, what do you call it? Oh yeah, he calls it legitimate business.
Not suspicious at all.
He's kind of a broker. He sells and buys different things. Although some people believe that he's got a bit of a black market sale going on. No one's ever proven it, but he does like to buy quite a lot of expensive items from us whenever we do so. Hell, I mean, he's helped us kill quite a few things off in our day by either supplying us with the right weapons, so long as he gets something from it, of course.
Well, since we don't really know much about this town or the museum, he was talking about some kind of box that only specific species could, well, not to touch, I suppose.
Sounds like magic. I'm not good for magic. I was born with magical power, but I don't really know much about spells and incantations. Neither the gods themselves. I just mind me and my folks mind them.
Well, whether you are aware of it or not, I can sense that Kovar smiles upon you.
Who's that?
He's quite the deity.
Right.
You, wouldn't happen to have any kind of shocking abilities, would you?
He then stops. Pats you on the back. Roll me con.
Brilliant.
You sort of like, it wins you just for a second, and I want to point out that everyone in the tavern can hear this guy as when he goes "Pah!" like that, food just flies out of his mouth as he's just laughing and slaps you on the back as it's heard just this thunderous just crack on your back. Yes, I guess you could say that. That was a funny one. My power is electrokinesis, or they call it electromancy. I call it my shocking awesome power. But either way, I can summon powerful lightning. Yeah? What about it?
It's just believed that that might come from Kovar himself.
So you're saying that this power was given to me by a god?
That is one theory.
Huh. So, that's interesting. I always thought that it was weird that a half-orc like me was born with this kind of ability. But, nevertheless, I use it usually for fighting and combat. Most of my kind are usually berserkers, and fighters or something like that. But I use my powers to enhance my fighting capability, so I can use my power through all weapons. Lightning seems to go really well with metal.
Yes, that does make sense.
Well, it's kind of interesting, that little bit of knowledge. So I like you, monk.
Yes, I like you too.
Just so you know, his name is Gringar.
Yes.
I like him. He's a fun.
Gringar, the shocking half-orc.
He has an electrifying personality.
Oh.
I have more. I have more.
I don't know about you, but I swear there was a spark between them.
All right, none of that. Settle down. So, yeah. Is that the end of your little meeting with Gringar?
Yeah, I guess one last thing.
As he's about to bite into something, he stops, looks at you.
There was something that made me a little cautious, and you seem like a good judge of character, Gringar. That legitimate businessman seemed to know exactly when some bandits were going to attack the museum. That not a little strange?
I mean, bandits are always trying to get in. What with everyone trying to hunt them. Adventurers, us sometimes, even the guards. But, sometimes they do try to attack some of the incoming propositions. Or whatever they call them. I don't know, I heard some of the guys calling it, incoming deliverance. No, that wasn't it. They call it rationing, I think. Sometimes they try to bring in bundles of stuff for the town, but they try and steal it all for themselves. Either way, they're kind of mean, but most of them go down pretty easily. You look at him and you get the feeling that quite a lot of things to do with fighting is easy for him, considering he's bigger than you and he's sitting down. Obviously, you're sitting down with him, but he's bigger than any of the rest of the people on your team. And even scarier is that this guy is just muscle on muscle.
He's a big half-orc with lightning powers. I don't think corn bandits are going to pose a threat.
No, exactly. So at that point, you're just like, I mean, I get that you probably don't see anything as a threat most of the time. So it's that kind of thing of like, yeah, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Gringar. Wouldn't have any insights as I part with you for now about taking on a job from Belfour.
Well, if you need any help or if you just want to give a go at hunting, I've never fought alongside a monk from, what you call him? Kovar. I'll try and remember it. My own power, given by a god. I like it. As we now come back to the rest of the table, have you guys been just watching him the entire time?
No, I've been telling everyone about what I can do.
Okay. Would you
trying to get everyone to do?
Okay. Would
Yeah,
you like
I'm
to do
good.
so?
Yeah. So like, yeah, you've seen the tentacles and the abilities with water, but I can also do this, and I'm gonna try and turn invisible with my
Go ahead. Roll for it.
just a D20, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't have anything.
You turn
What?
invisible.
Yeah. Camouflage, man. Works really well. I can also squeeze through really small, like thin, small areas. Like that tunnel, like I could have easily gone down that, no problem. So, yeah. Oh, also my board. My board is really awesome, man. It floats on anything liquid, and I mean anything. Great.
Oh, so it's like a raft?
Yeah, but it can even float on things that would burn it and like melt it.
There go like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
This is...
Who would like to go next on their powers and their abilities?
Okay. Well, I'm an elf, and I've been gifted with the power of the wind and the forest, and I can craft. I was trained as a bowman, and I can craft arrows really well, and I can, well, you've seen me throw things. It's very powerful.
Have seen.
I mean, Dago, you literally just... I mean, everyone on the table also has seen this, but regardless of the pebble throwing ability, you literally just saw someone just get thrown. It's like, yeah, they're not really all that strong. And then immediately, as soon as it left their hands, it, like, blasted off at hypersonic speeds.
Yeah, Apa's doing the anime thing of, like, putting their, hand on their head, kind of rubbing their head, like, in embarrassment, just like, I
Self-depreciated
thought you
way.
were unfair.
In all
Yeah,
honesty,
sorry.
when you said the anime thing, I thought you said look at your hand and just think of disgrace. Just like, what has my power become? I've seen way too many things that do that.
Yeah, not quite that, anime. We'll get to the.
Not
I'm
that
sure
much
we'll get to that
angst.
point. I'm sure we'll get to that point when I actually do really screw up and I do kill someone accidentally by throwing a corpse at them.
You make sure not to do it ever near me, because you will
I'll
kill me in one
I'll
shot.
try not to. There you go.
At this
No.
point, Dago just tries to bash his hand on the table and say, "Me, I'm Dago. Me, am Descended of Dragon. As you saw, me have power to face dragon. Also have other spells did from dragons, with which me am descended."
Monk, are you back at the table at this point?
Yeah, I guess I'm walking back to the table.
Yeah. I'm going to say you hear them talking about their abilities.
Slightly covered in food stuff.
Yes, food stuff. The most important stuff.
I've just been slowly and carefully eating my meat with my utensils.
Kaio, do you want to go next?
I guess so. My abilities are pretty simple. It's just I have the natural ability to control water, and I'm a fairly decent combatant, and that's about it.
I really like your shield. It saved our
Yes.
lives.
Yeah, it is. It's quite effective, I found.
Yes, as long as a certain someone doesn't throw it.
I'm sorry. I said I was sorry.
Hey, it could always work out for the best. One day, maybe, hopefully.
Captain America doesn't exist in this world, so I can't even make that reference. Sadness.
As long as you don't throw it. No, I don't think I will.
Oh yes, my great grandfather used to be able to toss this shield. It was said he could hit 10 people at once. I think that's all nonsense, but you know.
I really want to at the end of this. Okay, if Kaio survives, I want him to get an eventual ability where he can just throw his thing and it can hit multiple people at once. And it's like, grandfather.
It flies back to him as well.
Yeah.
My master once said he could punch 10 people at once.
You go, like.
And it's pretty impressive.
This is all going down to this very important part now, as all of you have explained your abilities, but Monk has yet to explain his.
As I point accusingly at him. What am you good at?
To be perfectly honest, nothing.
Good.
Oh, no.
It make Dago better.
No, I don't. No, you punch good.
I mean, you haven't seen him punch.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
you haven't
guess.
actually seen me hit anything.
You're trained to punch good, right?
Yes, I mean, and that's not true. I mean, you managed to take my shot, and expertly. I mean, I've never seen a human do that without getting knocked back.
I'm pushing it now.
Eva just like, in attempts to be nice, like maybe I should just shut up for a while.
Well, anyway, there's this one thing I can do. But it's kinda specific. Although luckily we have someone in our group who could help. Not that they'd probably want to help. I don't know, how generous are you, Dago?
I'm tall and asking of Dago.
Well, Kovar has directed me to you.
No, Kovar.
Well, Kovar, the great powerful god, Kovar, has bestowed powers upon you.
No.
Lazul, give me power.
Well, I believe that your powers allow you to breathe some kind of ice, right?
Yes. Power given by Lazul.
Well, I'm not sure about the dragon portion, but the ice portion.
Dago's pretty much on like hands on the table at this point, looking dead at you as if like you've very much angered him at this point.
Roll me a Kovar or a World Knowledge or a Power Knowledge bill.
Maybe also a religion checker. What would be the equivalent of religion?
I mean, for him, Kovar is his religion.
Well, no, mostly just to know just how annoyed someone of a different faith, ergo a kobold, would be.
I might do an insight check for it at some point. What was that one for?
I mean, yeah, it was just for Kovar. Really.
Okay. You're not sure how or why his quote-unquote god or dragon or his ancestor was given these powers, but either way, to you, it's just the fact that like it's an elemental ability under one of Kovar's abilities, under one of his domains. He does seem to look rather upset at you. Maybe perhaps it's considered one of his gods or even ancestors that have given him this power, and it feels like you might be cheapening it. But either way,
Yeah. At this point, I'm just gonna be like, guy, calm down. I mean, I got my powers from my mom.
Kaio, do you want to weigh in on here?
I mean, most people get their powers from some sort of descendants line, or from something
Yeah.
higher being or otherwise.
Does it really matter?
Well, actually,
It does to some. I mean,
does.
if you grew up in, like me, my descendants, well, my power directly links to my faith, so it had quite a lot to do with my upbringing.
In fact, I could even prove that, although I'm sure your powers are related to a descendant, they are also related to Kovar.
Oh, Lazul.
If you wish, I can prove this.
Dago at this point just kind of pulls out the leaf, as if like puts it on the table as if to say, "Do you want to try it?"
Perhaps some things are better left unknown. Leaves more to the imagination.
All of you, I guess, roll me, other than Dago, a world knowledge, because I don't know if any of you have actually rolled about his church yet. So we might as well do this.
I've got like it's a straight D20 for me. I'd like to see. what's
Tak, you
going
got a
on here.
10. Ether, you got a 14, and Kaio, you got
Oh, what?
1.
If you want to be briefly explain what it is.
It's not water related, it doesn't matter.
Basically, Tak, you've not heard of them before, so all you know is that they believe in a god called Kovar, who is a god called Kovar. Kaio, you know only that you didn't even know that they existed. Like you don't. In fact, to you, it's you know that there are other religions out there, but you didn't know about this one. Ether, you've heard stories. One particular story is that they are believers that their god is the very incarnation of power, specifically elemental, destructive, natural capability. So for them, fire, ice, the extreme temperature, even the light of the universe, and even natural disasters like electricity, physical forms of kinetic damage, all of that is what Kovar's domain is. And That's what you can gather, but you don't know why he's talking about this. Monk, on the other hand, you remember an old teaching of one of the particular passages is there may be others that can wield the powers or elements, but that is only because that basically they are able to harness abilities in the name of Kovar's power. Not necessarily that they are of his faith, but because they have a specific purpose. For instance, a dragon's purpose may be to cause death and destruction using fire or ice or lightning or any particular breath attack. Or a genasi might have the purpose of using fire to use all kinds of different types of pyromancy or whatever. Basically, everything has a specific purpose in the concept of Kovar. Even if it seems completely chaotic and havoc-filled terror, Kovar still creates things or grants things these abilities. So even if he doesn't believe in it, there is a way that you can at least grant knowledge or passage towards at least letting him know it's not blasphemy, but it is just proof that his abilities, or at least his gods or his descendant ability that he has, comes from an essence of both his lineage but also from a gift that was graced with his kind. Basically, elemental damage in your faith is considered a grace.
Yes.
However, since none of you succeeded a high enough roll other than Monk, you're the only one who can really say anything or back up any of this, as Dago has slammed his sword, or his leaf, which I don't know if you know that it turns into a sword. I don't know if you...
He did see it, I think.
I think he was
No, he
unconscious
was
at the time.
unconscious at the time.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, he was.
Hang on, I'm gonna roll insight. I might think that you're offering me a gift.
Oh no.
Is anyone gonna roll to see who Ali Zul is? Considering I keep yelling about him.
See, this is when I get the nat 20.
I guess all of you roll me world knowledge, other than Dago, about Alazul, or at least specifically Cobalt.
Okay, here we go.
Tack,
Makes sense.
again, makes sense, with a 9. And Kaio, do you want to attempt it as well?
I mean, would it make sense for me to roll disadvantage, considering his religion wouldn't have been anywhere near mine?
yes,
throughout my
yes,
entire
absolutely.
life?
If you'd like to give yourself disadvantage, yeah. It'd be funny if you still got higher than everyone else.
I mean, it's an 8, so
Okay,
no.
no. None of you really know about it. I mean, Ether, you don't know who Alazul is, but you assume that it's his big dragon, because you know in Cobalt culture that they all believe that they are descendants of a big dragon. It doesn't always necessarily mean that it's the same one. Like, for instance, Alazul could just mean his particular tribe's dragon. There could be others. But, again, you are not to know with only a 13.
Yeah, just just to try to attempt to calm everyone down, say, look, it should not matter where it comes from, but I'm sure that, Dago knows his faith better than any of us.
Yes.
So perhaps we should leave it at that.
Keep pointy-eared, tall one. Like, I mean, he keeps the leaf on the table with his hand around it. Should Monk attempt to once again speak about the fake one?
Monk, do you say anything further?
Well, if you don't believe me, I can physically show you.
The sword, it transforms into a sword.
I put a hand on Dago's shoulder and just go, guys, leave it. I mean, I don't believe what you're saying. I mean, my mother's a powerful entity of the sea. That's where I get my power from. And
Kaio, roll an insight.
boy.
Continue tack.
and that's where I get my power from her. I don't know anything about your, what is it, Cover or whatever it is, but just because you get your power from them doesn't mean everyone does. It's everyone gets power from different places, man.
Well,
It's very balanced.
actually, I didn't get power from anywhere.
No, but you got power from your god. We got powers from our families. It's just how it is.
Well, no, I don't have power from my god.
You claim I get power from your fake one.
No.
You get power from Ali Zul.
He gets power. He gets power from his ancestor. I get power from my mom. It's just how it is. Let it slide. Let it slide.
All I'm saying is that power is something that Kovo would allow me to use.
Well, that's great, man. If your god can give you powers like Dago, that's fine. But let's just eat. And I'm getting real tired of this. So I'm gonna head up. We gonna meet up anytime tomorrow. Plan what we're gonna do.
I go think we remain in guild. Me not want put on poster of guard yet.
You then roll me all of you. Roll me a perception. As you have been talking, eating, and drinking.
Young
Well-
about our religions.
Yeah, this is the way the party ends, not with getting TPK'd, but with a religious disagreement.
I mean, isn't
That's
how
just
it
life.
isn't how it all ends in the end? Okay,
Oh,
so
Remind me of Christmas.
11 and 14. So Kaio and Tak, you definitely hear this as basically you guys are chatting about like potentially going to sleep or going to bed or even just setting up stuff for tomorrow. You hear a big thudding coming towards you as this 6'7" bulk wall of muscle just walks towards your table, goes behind Monk, and then claps him on the shoulder. Ah, Monk, I'm going back now. It was good meeting you. Hopefully we meet in the next life, or hopefully we meet later in this one. Who knows with our particular jobs.
Well, yes, preferably we'd meet again before I'm dead.
Absolutely. But if you ever need anything, just ask for me. Anyway, I'm going to be off now.
Well, thank you, and see you around, Gringo.
See you around. You take care of him now. I'm sure he can hold his own. As he then walks out, and as he closes the door, it almost like shudders a bit of the entire building. Like, ugh, I felt the vibration of that slam.
Well, either way, whether we do that job or not, those people are going to be attacked. And I'm not just going to stand by and let that happen.
No, we should defend the museum.
I mean, we've got time. We can just.
It happens at 12 tomorrow. If we're not fast enough, then we won't have time. But tonight we do, yes.
Well, to bed then.
And as our brave adventurers go to bed, as all of
Roll
you,
survival.
as all of you, no, I'm not going to be that evil towards any of you guys. As all of you go to sleep, since none of you actually sustained any injuries or ailments, all of your health is fully healed back. So all of your damage is now gone. You obviously still have some of the bumps, bruises, scrapes, and damage towards the durability of some of your equipment, items, or clothing or armor, but you are at least no longer fatigued, as it comes to the end of the first day of a fighting fit team. As this goes on, Kaio, you awaken in the middle of an ocean, as you're sat on what seems to be the bed of the tavern, but you're in the middle of the ocean. No islands anywhere in sight, and the sun is beaming down on your face. This is
Does
rather
it feel like I'm in
confusing to you.
water?
It doesn't feel like you're in water, the bed is floating on the surface of it.
Huh. I guess I'll stand up from the bed.
As you stand
And,
up on the bed, do you do you go into the water, or do you stand up on the
yeah,
bed?
I'll go into the water.
As you go near the waters start trickling and plunging into this almost dark, deep sort of portal of black water. As it does so, you hear a voice calling out to you.
My child, Kyle.
Does it feel like, is this voice coming directly from this sort of...
Yes,
Well, I guess-
feels.
Yeah.
It feels like it's coming directly from this abyss.
I guess I shall try and head closer to this abyss.
So, come to my light, come to me. We can be one.
As you come closer to the darkness, it fades, and there is a shining, bountiful light within the center of this orb of darkness, as the water begins to create a visage, a shape of a human male form.
Is there anything I could be able to roll to recognize this figure?
Without question, you recognize this man. Despite the fact that you've never met in your life, you recognize him as your father.
It has been a long time since I have been able to see any of my children. How long has it been since I have seen your face? Almost 2 decades now. So, my child, how have you been?
And that is where we shall end this session. So, I kind of wanted to leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. I kind of wanted to leave it there, but also just because all of you guys are now rested, so we'll actually get more into it into the next session. So if any of you guys have any last things to ask me, then I shall answer them.
I don't have anything I really need to talk to you about on stream now.
Okay. In that case, then, if anyone had any more questions for me in the terms of feedback, either now is the time to let me know, or if you guys would like to wait until another time, I will be dishing out the XP for the end of the session at some point.
I think I will need to talk to you because I actually have now, because I've successfully thrown things 5 times. I'm now level 1 in throwing.
Hey!
So yeah, so I need to talk about a perk for that. So yeah, I did something.
Absolutely.
And I need something to do, but I have no idea what the skill's gonna be.
So we have at least 3 things that we can work on. You guys have either on the next morning, you can either go back to the Adventurers Guild. You can do the job for Belthor, or you can perhaps do something else. Maybe even this new thing that Kaio has suddenly seen might give him something else for you to do. Or perhaps it's adding to something a little larger for later. Who knows? But either way, thank you all for joining. And yet again, thank you all to my players who joined me on this session. Hopefully, we'll be able to see what you guys get up to. I'm glad that you didn't actually end up dying.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
yeah. But in any case, guys, thank you very much for staying with us, and thank you for watching the stream. I will be posting this on YouTube, and also, as always, thank you very much, and ciao ciao for now. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.